Today we're gonna make a Valentine cake celebrating our favorite couple. Out of all the fandom couples we could have chosen, Kermit and Miss Piggy, though they have their problems, are definitely my favorite because they have problems. They're a real relationship. They prove that you have to work at your relationships. Nothing is ever once upon a time, happily ever after. You always have to see the end result, the end story, and you see that with Kermit and Miss Piggy. So today we're going to make a cake roll using them as the inspiration. And I'm gonna start with softened butter. And icing sugar. And I'm gonna cream my icing sugar and my softened butter together until nice and fluffy. Now I'm gonna slowly add the egg whites. Once that's all combined, then you can add your flour. And this is the recipe that you're going to use to do the pattern for on your Swiss roll. My pattern has 10 different colors, so I'm going to section this off in 10 different bowls and color them. So I've got all of my colors that I'm going to use to make the pattern. And I have a template here. Now this one is a fairly complex template. You can start off with something much simpler, but I don't do anything simple. So, do. And then you can just take this and put it underneath parchment paper on your baking tray. And then that is where I will trace the pattern that I have onto my parchment paper. And then you just have to keep in mind that you will be rolling it from the opposite side, and then this is going to be inverted. So if you're doing a logo or words, just make sure that when you make your template and print it off, that you invert it before printing it, because otherwise it'll be backwards on your cake. Got all my colors. I'm gonna start with black to do the outline. I'm gonna be piping for a while. You know what this means. Jokes! I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but thankfully I turned myself around.
Don't trust atoms. They make up everything.
I used to build stairs for a living. It's an up and down business.
Whoa.
Rest in peace, boiled water. You will be missed.
I can't believe I got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off.
I was originally gonna get a brain transplant, but then I changed my mind.
I've just written a song about tortillas. Actually, it's more of a rap.
Why did the banana go to see the doctor? Because he wasn't peeling well. If you still have any fingers after all that piping, use them to very carefully pull out your template. You don't want to mess it up after all that work. And then pop this in the freezer, and then we'll make the batter for the cake. I added a little bit more Valentine's theme to my design before popping it into the freezer. Now for the actual sponge, you're going to need egg whites and egg yolks separated, cream of tartar, sugar, flour, melted butter. You'll be able to find the full recipe in the description below. First, we're going to put our egg whites, our cream of tartar, and half of our sugar in our mixing bowl. Don't be afraid to take whisks. And once we have stiff peaks, it's ready to be taken off. If you do it in this order, with the egg whites first, you can actually use the same tools to do the same thing with your egg yolks and the other half of your sugar. But if you do it the other way, if you do your egg yolks first, you will have to wash the bowl because egg whites don't like egg yolks. They won't firm up like this when you whip them. And then with the other half of my sugar and my egg yolks, I'm going to beat those together. So once your egg yolks are nice and fluffy, you can add them to the egg whites, but you want to fold, not stir. And then you're going to add your flour and your melted butter. And you don't want to overmix this and you don't want to stir it. You want to fold because otherwise you'll lose all of that air. Once your pattern's been in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes, you can then put your cake batter right on top. And then you want to smooth it out. Once you've smoothed out your batter, you want to bang the tray a couple times just to make sure that the batter goes between all the cracks of your design. Once you've done a couple of bangs with your tray, you can stick it in the oven at 375 for about 7 minutes and just test it, and once it's done, I'll show you how to roll it. So this is fresh out of the oven. It's still really warm, so you gotta be careful. But you wanna go around the edges and trim. And as you trim, you wanna make sure you get all of your edges. And then just sneakily, very carefully, lift up. So this is the side that doesn't have a pattern. So this side will be where we start the roll. So now that the edges are trimmed, I'm going to cover it in parchment paper and then lift up one edge. And do this while it's still warm and will help it so it doesn't crack later once it's cool. So our cake is now completely cool, and it's time to see what our design looks like. I'm going to very gently roll it out and remove both pieces of parchment and cover the back of the cake entirely in a thin pink buttercream. Then starting from the side that doesn't have a design on it, I'm going to twist and roll the cake. You can use this recipe to do any pattern you like. Happy Valentine's Day!
It's for you.
Manamana.
It's not a Muppets tribute until something either gets blown up or shot out of a cannon. Gonzo's not here, but I made a Gonzo cupcake. Want to win a pack of 6 Gonzo cupcakes? Of course you do! Like, comment, and subscribe to enter. Full contest details on the Cakes Cove Facebook and Instagram pages. Next week, Black Panther! This is going to be a big one, and we'll be giving slices of it away at the shop on the following Saturday. Stay sweet, and may the cookies be ever in your flavor.
Wake up, you old fool. You slept through the episode.
Who's a fool? You watched it.